Hey guys, so as you know, today is the day of the Boston Marathon and the 1-year anniversary of the Boston Marathon bombing. Like you, on that day, I remember I was so confused and so sad. Here's the graph that I made that day to express the way I felt. And there was an incredible outpouring of support from across the country and across the world. And I remember I myself called the rehab center where all of the amputee victims were staying and offered to come speak to them and share my story and try to encourage them. The rehab center was like, listen, we really appreciate your offer, but to be honest, we've had so many Paralympians and celebrities come visit all these patients that they're kind of exhausted of being visited. So unfortunately, I was not able to do anything to help, but one person who did do a lot to help is my cousin Elliot Rouse. He's a research fellow at MIT, and he works on really advanced prosthetics. He would call them wearable robotics. My cousin was one of the lead researchers on a team who helped a woman who was a professional ballroom dancer who lost one of her legs in the bombing. They made a bionic leg that was specially programmed to help her do ballroom dancing. And they just debuted the leg in a TED Talk. Maybe you've already seen it. If you haven't, click on the link in the underbar. Now, as you may know, April is Amputee Awareness Month. And very interestingly, at the very moment that you're watching this video, a amputee world record is on the line at the Boston Marathon. You might remember my friend Larry. Larry was the first amputee that I met when I lost my leg as a child. He was my hero and my role model. Now, Larry is a very serious athlete and he's very competitive. And at the age of 50 last year, he completed his first marathon on crutches. Here he is crossing the finish line. I saw him after the race and he was like, that was the most difficult thing. I am never ever running another marathon in my life. But a couple months later, Larry got a call from the Guinness Book of World Records and they were like, hey, congratulations, when you ran that race, you set the world record for running a marathon on crutches. But about a month later, someone else broke it. So guess what? All of a sudden, Larry's like, I think I'm gonna run another marathon. And he specifically picked the Boston Marathon where he will be attempting to regain his world record. Now, what I think is hilarious about this is that Larry, when he is competitive, man, he has his game face on. I've played soccer with him. He will just straight run over you on the field with his crutches. He doesn't care. He's trying to win. But imagine that we're at the Boston Marathon. Everyone there is gonna be assuming that Larry lost his leg in the bombing last year. Now, I know from my own experience, just walking around the sidewalk on an ordinary day, people will just stop me and be like, you're so inspirational for walking on the sidewalk. So just imagine the amount of mind-blowingness that the people are gonna have when they see Larry. I guarantee you every 10 steps somebody's gonna be trying to stop and be like, oh my gosh, did you lose your leg last year and you're already back here? Please stop and let me take a picture with you. And Larry's just gonna be running over them with his crutches I'm trying to break a world record here. I don't have time to be inspirational. Anyway, I'll let you guys know on Twitter how the race goes for Larry. And today, let's all remember and honor the victims of the Boston Marathon bombing. Please subscribe for a new video from me every Tuesday.